Welcome, everyone. Today, I'm not going to teach you grammar. I'm not going to give you 100 vocabulary words. I'm not going to promise magic tricks. Today, I'm going to tell you a real story. The story of how one ordinary boy, not talented, not fluent, not confident, changed his English in just 30 days. Not because he was smart, not because he lived abroad, not because he had special teachers, but because he made one decision. He stopped wishing and he became obsessed. In this video, you will not just hear motivation. You will hear the exact mindset shift, the exact system, the exact struggle, and the exact moment everything changed. If you have ever felt slow, if you have ever translated in your head, if you have ever felt embarrassed speaking English, this story is for you. Hello, my name is Daniel. I am 19 years old. I come from a small middle-class family. My father works long hours in a local shop. My mother takes care of the house. We are not poor, but we are not rich either. Growing up, English was just another school subject for me. I passed exams. I memorized answers. I learned grammar rules. But I never learned how to speak that in school. When the teacher asked questions in English, I avoided eye contact. If someone asked me to introduce myself in English, my heart would start beating fast. I knew words, but when I tried to speak, everything disappeared. My mind became blank. I would translate every sentence in my head, mother tongue to English to speak. By the time I finished translating, the moment was gone. People moved on and I stayed silent. I remember one moment clearly. I was at a small event. A guest asked me something simple in English. Can you tell me about yourself? It was an easy question, but I froze. My throat felt tight. My palms were sweating. My brain was racing. I gave a broken answer, very short, very weak, very uncomfortable. That night, I couldn't sleep. Not because of English, but because I felt small. And that feeling hurt. Not anger, not sadness, just disappointment in myself. I realized something painful. I had been learning English for years, but I was not improving. I was comfortable. Comfortable in fear. Comfortable in excuses. Comfortable in trying sometimes. And that night, I asked myself a serious question. Am I really serious about becoming fluent? Because deep down, I wanted it. I wanted to speak confidently. I wanted to express my ideas clearly. I wanted to stop feeling small. But wanting is not enough. I had to decide. The next morning, I made a decision. For the next 30 days, English would not be a hobby. It would be my mission. Not because someone forced me, but because I was tired of feeling powerless. I stopped blaming my school. I stopped blaming my environment. I stopped saying, no one speaks English around me. I don't have practice partners. I don't have time. Those were excuses, and I was using them to protect my comfort. That day I took ownership. I said to myself, if I am not fluent, it is my responsibility. That sentence changed my mindset completely, because the moment you take ownership, you stop waiting for rescue. I didn't suddenly become confident. I didn't suddenly become fluent, but I became serious. I became obsessed. Not crazy obsession, focused obsession. I changed my phone language to English. I removed useless apps. I replaced random scrolling with English listening. While walking, I listened to English. While eating, I watched English. Before sleeping, I thought in English. I stopped saying I will practice when I feel motivated. I started saying I practice even when I don't feel like it. Some days I felt tired. Some days I felt stupid. Some days I felt like nothing was improving. But I didn't stop, because this time I wasn't trying. I was building. I stopped asking, am I fluent yet? I started asking, did I train today? That question saved me. Because fluency is not built in one perfect day. It is built in 30 imperfect days. Slowly something changed. Not outside. Inside. I stopped thinking like a student. I started thinking like a future fluent speaker. I told myself every Morning, I am becoming fluent, even when I made mistakes, even when I felt embarrassed, even when my sentences were broken. Because obsession is not loud. It is quiet discipline. It is choosing practice over comfort. It is choosing growth over excuses. For the first time in my life, English was not something I wished for. It was something I worked for. And that was the real beginning. That was day one. Story continues exactly the same structure until the end. Start today. Commit for 30 days. Your future fluent self is waiting.